Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Let me know if you are here joining me. Trying to get all of this pulled up. And happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Have y'all had a good day? I'm sharing this over to our Creative Hearts group and we'll get started. Hey, Holly, it's good to see you. How are you doing? Are you having a good day? I've had a very busy whirlwind day. Finally got my mom out of the hospital and out of rehab, and we had to do follow-up appointments this morning. So I am running, but I'm glad to be back with y'all. Hey, Esther, how are you doing? It's good to see you. I've got several things for us to talk about. Oh, wow, Karen, that's a lot of rain. Y'all needed, isn't that correct? Y'all needed the rain. That's a lot to come all at once. Goodness gracious. Hello, Deborah. Happy Valentine's Day to you. I had this figured out how I was going to say this. God loved you first day. Just a reminder, 1 John, we love because he loved us first. Hey, Debbie, I'm glad you're here. Got Debbie and Deborah and Karen and Esther and Holly. I'm glad y'all have joined me. So I have quite a few things to talk about. One of the things, I'm going to say them out loud, and that might help me remember to come back to. So the other night in Zoom with Creative Hearts, we were talking about the difference between gouache and watercolor. And then we were also talking about the cold wax medium. So I've got both of those dry, and I wanted to experiment with that a little bit since there was some questions about it. And then I'm going to do a floral. I want us to paint some flowers for Valentine's. Okay. Karen said a lot. Yes, but the fire areas got flooded, so not so good for those areas. That makes sense. Yeah. Because they don't have the vegetation to filter the water, do they? Hey, Diane, it's good to see you. Yes, I'm pretty sure that I think I saw it. I think Adrienne had posted that in the Creative Hearts Facebook group. So if you don't see it, if you will, I think you can do a search within the group with the word Zoom. And I need to go look. I haven't had a chance to look myself, but I thought that I saw that she had posted it. Yeah. Hey, Laurie, I'm glad you're here. So the other thing I wanted to remind y'all is we have the sweet sale going on, and that is basically a little sale we're doing through Sunday. I think it is 20% off with a few exclusions. That does not apply to memberships or subscriptions or the on-site class. And it does not apply to our newest Jingle Mingle kit. But everything else, if you want to go ahead and get the things that coordinate with the Jingle Mingle, like this is the, I gotta find my back piece, but this is the window that we're going to be doing in Jingle Mingle it's March 6th and 7th, whatever that Friday is. This is what I'm teaching. But it's Thursday and Friday. So this will be my project. And I've got a back piece. Here it is. So with the kit, you get the 8x8 and the coordinated papers and bling and fibers. And then you get, this is a 9x12 canvas. And you also receive the 2 little wooden pieces. I'm calling them risers. But the idea is this is interchangeable. We'll paint one of these for the seasons. I've got a really fun idea for summer, a patriotic window, and then fall, and a winter Christmassy window. So this will be a seasonal window. So imagine this is your house, the exterior of your house. And then you attach it, and then this is Velcro. My little Velcro didn't get attached here, so that's why it's not attaching. Originally, I had painted it to go on this larger piece. This is 12 by 12, and this is how it would fit. And the 12 by 12 gives you more room to do the brick and the stone work there. All of this is dimensional. But I was concerned that it was too big for some people if you don't have a lot of space. So I backtracked and went to the smaller. But we have the 12 by 12 available if you want to purchase this 12 by 12 piece. We do have that, and you can order that. And if you've not ordered your kit yet, you can still order those. We still have some of those. And so you're going to see the option. I think it's worded full kit with a 12 by 12 or without. So if you order it without the 12 by 12, you'll get all of the color coordinated bling and fibers and the vintage book pages to be able to do the back piece and the front piece. So this is what you'll get. Even the paint dots, you even get paint dots with this kit. So this is a watercolor mixed media project. So I put together a color palette for this. And because I know some of our members already have a lot of this, and often people want to get just the watercolor dots. So we have that option also. Hey, Johnette, I'm glad to see you. So that, does anybody have questions about that? I just want to make sure it's clear that you have the option to purchase this as an add-on. You can think of it as an add-on. So if you would like to do the more detailed bricks and the stones, and have more room, then you can add the 12 by 12 wood piece. So, and this is the Jingle Mingle project, and it's one of the exclusions to the sweet sale that we have currently going on. And I think that sale runs through Sunday, and it's 20% off. So now's a good time to stock up. We've got, I don't think I have it handy, but let me make sure I don't have it handy. Yeah, if you did the Abide door with me in January, all of this works together, y'all. I tried to make it so that it all coordinates. So see, that coordinates. So it's all going to work together. And then last year, we did the spring chapel, and this coordinates with that as well, and with the cross. So if you're ready to change out your decor, losing my words here, I've got it figured out where they all are color coordinated, and I love to color coordinate everything. I like for my clothes in my closet to be grouped together by color. When I got my mom back and was helping her get situated back in her apartment, I color coordinated her closet for her. It just makes me happy when things are color coordinated. So, thank you. I hope you think so. I'm glad you think so. Thank you, Laurie. We try to do that. So thank you for telling me. Hello, Sherry. How are you doing? Let's see, Johnette, please pray for my husband. He's being prepped right now to have his heart. Oh, goodness. His heart shocked back into rhythm. Are y'all at UAB? Lord, we just pray right now that you just flood Johnette and her husband with your peace and your comfort and your presence, and that you, as Jehovah Rapha, the great physician, you would bring healing to his body. You would guide the hands of the medical team that are helping her husband right now. We love you, Lord, and we thank you that you are Elroy. You are the God who sees. You see and you care. So we pray in your precious name. Amen. Okay, Cheryl's been through that with hers. Okay, you're in Huntsville. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. If you get a chance, let us know how everything goes. Let us know. I'm so thankful, and just brings tears to my eyes. I'm so thankful. I was praying on the way back, just with that the Lord would help me with my perspective on my own circumstances. And I was reminded, because this year we're going to really focus in on the names of God. Each month we're focusing in on a different name of God. So this month, last month was Jehovah Shammah, the God. God is there. The Lord is there. This month is Jehovah Sidkenu, our righteousness, and it's just overwhelming to think about what that means. And so as I was just praying and asking the Lord to remind me, to help me get his perspective, he reminded me that he is El Roy, Roi. That's one of his names, the God who sees. And when Hagar was out in the wilderness, that's where that name comes into play. He's the God who sees. So he sees you, and he sees where you are right now, and he cares about that. He is. And he is Jehovah Shammah. He is there with you. And some days you have to cling to that harder than others. But and I know many of y'all have so many hard things going on. So I just want to encourage you in that. Dig deep into who he is. Dig deep into who he is. And I know you know that. So it's for me as much as you to remember and be so thankful for his word, and how he has not left us here without help. We have his word, and we have each other. He's given us each other, y'all, to just remind each other of that. So it's just precious to think about how much he cares for us, and he cares about what you're going through. It looks like somebody's got a birthday. John Ross, today is my birthday. I'm 36. Well, happy birthday. I know somebody else that has a birthday today, Evie. I don't know if she's watching or not, but many of y'all know her name. She used to, she got married and moved, but she used to work here, and she's born on Valentine's Day. Isn't that pretty sweet? Okay, so I think I told you all of that. Oh, one last thing before I start painting. If you're within driving distance and you want some one-on-one time for basic lettering, I am doing a class here in Opelika, and I've got it on the website now so that you can get a ticket for that. I'm calling it a ticket. That just seems like the easiest thing to say. And it's going to be on the 28th, February 28th, which is a Friday. And it's going to be from 9 until 11, maybe even 9 to 11:30. I'll just need to stop. I'll need to slip out so I can do our online version. But with the ticket price, it's $75. So with that, that includes the $35 basic lettering kit, which is my workbook and my favorite supplies. So you'll have what you need to do the lettering here on site, but also to take it with you to continue lettering, because y'all, is something you have. It's a skill. I'll teach you the basics, but it's a skill that you will need to practice. You'll need to practice. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, but it does take practice. So if you're within driving distance, I want to invite y'all February 28th here in Opelika. I'm doing a basic lettering class from 9 o'clock Central until 11 or 11:30 Central Time. Okay. And y'all can find that on the website. I forgot to grab the link for that. So, yes. That's good, Holly. Her brother goes Monday to have skin graft removed from his burns. He's healing great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Happy birthday, Cassie. I forgot about this. Last in January, I had put in our Creative Hearts group who has a birthday in January. And then I forgot to do that for February. I'm looking to see if I can grab that link for y'all, because some of y'all are possibly close enough to come if you want the extra help. Let's see. So does anybody have any questions about the Jingle Mingle kit or any of these things before we start painting? And I've got that link. So I'm going to grab that and pop it right in here. Oh, I know there's one more thing I was supposed to say. So glad I said this. Next Friday, the 21st, we will be, we'll have a new price for Creative Hearts Studio. If you are a current member, you're locked in on your rate. Like some of y'all have been with me since I started. And so you have the founding member price and it's not going to change. But if you've been following along and you've not joined us yet, I would love to formally invite you to join us in Creative Hearts Studio. You get access to the lettering hub. You get access to the mixed media hub. And we have a new theme every month. And then we have lessons that go along with that theme. And you get access to both of them. And in addition to that, you also get an exclusive discount, a member discount for when you want to purchase things from our site. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm answering the questions. Let's see. Sandy said, are there patterns for the Jingle Mingle if you don't get the kit? Yes, there are. Yes. Okay, so Sandy, the link for the traceables is in the Jingle Mingle group. So when you are in the Jingle Mingle Facebook group, then there's, I think my guide is number 15 this time. There's a link there, but if you don't see it, will you let us know? You can send an email to the hello@pamcoxwelldesigns.com and let Adrienne know if you don't see it. We've had some weird stuff happening with Facebook in the groups. So some of the guides were weird. So if you will, let us know if you don't see it. But yeah, you don't have to get the kit to get the traceable. Yeah, you just need to sign up for it so we can email it to you. Let's see, Cassie, the kit shows paint dots, cards, and the list I received. The kit includes. So the kit that you received, is that what you're saying, Cassie, that the paint dots were not in your kit? Is that what you were saying? If they were not, let us know and do the same thing that anytime stuff like that happens, let us know. Hello@pamcoxwelldesigns .com. Let me type it, because if y'all are like me, you need to see it. I mean, I need to hear it. I need to see it. I need it in all the ways. Let's see. hello@pamcoxwelldesigns.com. That's the email. Okay. I think I got all the questions. Hey, Sherry. In the Jingle Mingle window kit. In the Jingle Mingle window kit. And I think I have one over here. Let's see. Yeah, the guts are out of my kit. But it should look like this. This is what it looks like. Okay, you don't have yours yet. And just so y'all know, there's just, because of the storms that are going on, that's what they keep saying that it is, the storms. It feels like it's taking longer for everything to get out, y'all. It just feels like it. As I didn't say that clearly. It feels like it's taken longer for packages to arrive. And I know they changed some things with our post office, and we used to have 2 trucks that would go out, but they've downsized it. Now we only have 1 truck that goes out once a day. So I'm sure that's affecting the delivery time also. But I keep getting notifications about the storms, the winter storms. So you still can't see it? Okay. If you don't mind, just let Adrienne know. Let me just do it right here. Okay. Hey, Carrie. I'm glad you found us. Clinton, Mississippi. We have some others. We have some other people from Mississippi. Glad you're here. Yeah, Laurie. It's weird. I don't, and we usually ship those. So like our encouragement kit rebills on the 5th. And so normally we have everything packed and ready to go out once we can't do the labels until it rebills, basically the shipping labels. So they're on top of it, but everything feels like it's taken longer. And I don't know if y'all have noticed this or not, but whenever I'm ordering things, it's taken longer. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but they had those packed and ready to go out right afterwards, and it's just taking longer. Everything is. Yeah, and y'all are just getting it, and it's time for it to change over. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping that as the weather warms up, it's going to settle down a little bit. I hope. Okay, so let me show you what I have for our little Valentine's Day flower bouquet. Let's get my little camera going here. Add that. And get this swapped over. All right. So I know a lot of y'all participated in the home decor summit that I did with my friend Shelly. And this is the design that I did, that I taught. And I wanted to use it to demonstrate the wax medium. And then I want to use some of my gouache and to paint a bouquet. So what I want to do, let me move this. I'm going to do the bouquet first. I'm going to do it 2 ways. So this is an envelope, and it's wider than my box. This is my Love Notes box right here. So I want to put this in my box. So my idea is that if I cut this in half, I could actually make 2 envelopes out of this. So I've got my little bitty paper cutter. And I'm going to do the cheat way or the quick way. I don't know that it's cheating. So I'm finding the center and I'm going to cut it. Do y'all have a little paper cutter like this? I don't remember where I got it from, but it is so handy because it, I mean, it's easy to, I don't know what that thing is for. Oh, for measuring. You know what? I think that's the first time I knew that that was even under there. That's funny. Okay, so I've got it folded in half. I mean, cut in half. So now I've got this open edge. So I'm just going to take a little bitty bit of glue. I think I'm going to use, I want to do it cleaner. So I'm going to use this glue. I'm going to use my Pritt glue. Let me do it on the back side. And I'm just going to glue it just a little bit right there on that edge. Like it's just really narrow. Probably help if you could see that. All right. So I've got that. I think I'm going to just trim that. Let me move my camera. That's better. And turn that little light on. See if that helps. Let me get my scissors. All right. One of my best memories of Valentine's Day, my Meemaw would always mail me and my sister. There it is. There's. All right. So Adrienne just messaged me back, and she said that it's in this Facebook group. So she has posted it in there. Okay. So I just rounded that edge. And I rounded that edge. It's not exact, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. All right. So Meemaw for Valentine's Day would always mail us a Valentine card with a little bit of money in there. So it was a treat to get that from her. And I always loved Valentine's Day at school with the candy, you know, making the cards. Of course, I love to make the cards. Are you surprised? I bet y'all love to make the cards too, didn't you? Did everybody in here love to make Valentine's cards in the box? Did you enjoy your box? All right, so now I've got 2 little envelopes. I may or may not stick anything in there, but I wanted to go ahead and make it like an envelope. And I'm going to test it because this is a really pretty lavender color. I want to see if I can paint some flowers on this, y'all. I want to see if it'll work. Now, I know that with watercolor, the color, because watercolor paint is so translucent, it wouldn't really show up on there very well. But I thought I could experiment with some of the gouache, and that would give us one more touch point, so to speak, for using our gouache, learning how to use it. All right, so this brand, I don't remember if I showed this to y'all the other day. This is Essentials, Royal Langnickel Essentials. I think I might have gotten this at, look, it's not even open. I think I got it at Michael's, but I also have that other brand that I'm going to show you. So I think that this is just a really basic set of gouache. So we were talking about this on why would you want to use gouache compared to, if you were doing a comparison between gouache, watercolor, and acrylic paint. We were talking about that. And then I did this painted comparison the other night in Zoom. And I don't remember who asked, but somebody asked, when would we use gouache? Why would you use it? So we were talking about that. And gouache is really like it's like a cousin or a relative, maybe that's a better word, of acrylic paint, but it's got the portability of watercolor. And you know what? There's probably other things too, y'all. But that's just from my perspective. It's portable. So it would be a little bit harder to carry all of my tubes of paint traveling. I know, because I do that quite often. So for those of you, I know a lot of y'all have campers and you go camping and you like to take your creative supplies with you. So this way you could bring your supplies. I'm looking for another green. And they would be just a little bit more portable, easy to transport. The other thing about it is a lot of illustrators use it because it is so opaque. It's like acrylic. It's really close to acrylic. All right, I'm going to get a little bit more white, and then we're going to paint a little bouquet. So you don't have to have gouache to do this. I'm just using this as an example. You could follow along with me using, you could use markers, you could use acrylic paint, you could use whatever you have, even if you just have crayons, just anything simple. That's all you need to make some floral bouquets. I want to show you how easy it is to do this. Real simple. All right, so this is the Acryla brand. And I think these might be more artist grade. They cost more, so that's why I think they're more artist grade. Oh, yes, Laurie. I'm sorry. So the orange right here is called orange yellow. The red is vermilion. And that purple, this is funny. The name of the purple is mauve. And then this is the deep, I think it was the Viridian. The Viridian is kind of a bluish green. And then this green is called sap green. It's more of a yellow green. And then around here on this side, I wanted to show y'all the different kind of, I don't have the exact same colors, but it's close. This is the Acryla brand, and it's called Pure Red. These cost more, so, you know, unless you just want to have gouache, you don't have to get this brand. They're probably better quality. I feel like they're probably better quality, but this one is called Pale Peach, and that one was Pale Lavender. And then let me get a yellow. And I've had this set a long time. I don't use it very often. Let me get a yellow. Thought we could make some flower petals. And let me get a pink. Oh, I thought this was pink, but it's coral red. Whoops, and it's dried up. That's what happens if you don't use them. Okay, well, I won't be using that color. I think I can add some water to that, though, and get it liquefied again. But I'll do that later. I don't want to take up our time. So instead, I'm going to get orange. That makes them pretty comparable. Look how bright that is. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this one is just called orange yellow. So these two are comparable. This one and this one is comparable. I did not have a dark purple, so I used this lighter purple. And then I need a green, but I don't have a green in this set. So what in the Aquila set. So let's just mix a little bit of a green. So I'm going to use this blue. It's called Sky Blue, and we'll mix us a green. Okay, so now For the paintbrush, I'm going to use a filbert because I feel like we could just make some simple petals. That's kind of what I want to show you. I guess I'm basically using this lesson to show you a bunch of things. It's kind of what I'm doing. Okay, so let me move that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil once I find it, and you could even use a erasable pen. That's what I'm going to have to. There's my pencil. I was about to say, where in the world is my pencil? So the shape, this is a very standard, basic shape, and it's like a teardrop. If you were to go to a florist and look at the flowers, most flowers are comprised of this shape. So if they're not that shape, then they're that shape kind of boxed off. You know, sometimes they've got kind of a more squared off edge. Sometimes they're this shape, but they're elongated like this. Trying to think if there's any. Sometimes they're really short. You know, they're just short. But it's all a very similar shape. So what we can do is sketch a basic shape. So I'll do this shape for this envelope. So I'm just going to come in. Can you even see that? I don't think you can. Let's see. Let's try it with can y'all see that? Yeah. So let's just draw some basic little teardrop shapes like that. And see, it's not perfect, but I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to look hand-drawn. So right there in the center, I'm going to do a little bit of yellow and let that be the center. Now, this is just a very simple shape, and it's just a very simple flower. And we can just leave it like that. And then the next envelope we'll build on and let it be a little bit more detailed, okay? So since I used a yellow and orange, let's use that. Where's my filbert? All right, so this is my filbert, and this is a size 4. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water on there and brush some of that off. And I'm just going to get some of this yellow. This is the Aquella yellow. I said yellow, orange. And look what I'm doing. I'm just letting the brush do the work. I wished I could zoom that down. Can y'all see that okay? I don't think it's going to go down any further. All right, then I'm going to come on this side, and I'm going to twist my brush and bring that in. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, goodness, I had orange on there. I mean, blue. Not really sure how I did that. So let me rinse that off. Made a green, though. Look. Guess it heard me saying I needed a green. Okay, so I've got some on both sides of my brush, but not a lot. And now I'm going to take my brush. I'm putting pressure down. And now I'm starting to twist it and just kind of pull it in. You see? Then I'm going to take over here. I'm going to pressure, twist it, and pull it in. Just makes a simple little brush stroke. Come right here, pressure, pull, and twist. So it's basically pressure, pull, and twist. Oh, look at that shape. And then I can pull it down right there into the middle, and that fills it in. This is just a simple way to show how easy it is to draw some flowers, use your paintbrush to form the shapes for the petals, and have just a cute little simple flower. Okay, so it's kind of dark right now, but I think it's because it's wet and it's on top of this purple paint. So now what I want to do is, I need some white. I guess I'll just use some of this white. Now with that white, I'm going to pull some white over here with that orange still on my brush. And I'm creating a lighter orange. Can y'all see that? It's just a lighter value. So what I want to do is take it and just kind of touch the tips of the brush, the petal, and lightly pull it in. See that? Just a little. Lightly pull it in. And it just gives a little bit of variation to it. Not anything fancy or complicated, just a really light. Let me get some more water on my brush. It's dried out. Pull it in just on the tips. Okay. All right, so what I can do now is, I thought I wanted to do a yellow center, but I think I'm going to do this light pink. Well, I'm going to do yellow. I'm going to go ahead and do yellow because I got the yellow out, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. So look how easy it is to just do a center. So look at the angle that I'm holding my filbert, and I'm going to twist it down like this. Can y'all see that angle? And I'm just going to touch it like this. Just that little stroke. It's just touching it. That's one of those little shapes that I was showing you. And that makes a really simple center. See that? Now, I need to go a little bit more white. All you have to do is take a little bit of white added to the yellow. So I've still got yellow on my brush. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pick up some of that white and kind of mix it together. Add a little bit more white to get it just a little bit lighter. Okay, so that's all I did. It's not much. So now I'm going to take it and let me see if I see something that's, so I just want to touch it right on the tips of that little center. Okay, so I'm holding it. Let me see if I can hold it this way. So watch just the tips, and that gives the illusion of depth. And see, I'm not even trying to keep it consistent. Very, very simple. So that gives me a darker yellow, a lighter yellow. I've got a darker orange around the center and a lighter orange around the ends. Did you say what size of the canvas is on this right here, Johnette, on this purple? This is an envelope. And you know what? I should have measured the envelope because it was wider than a normal envelope. So this right here is 3.5 inches wide. And it is 5.25 tall. Okay, so now I can take some green, and I'm still working with that Aquella brand. I'm hoping to do a comparison for you. So this is the Aquella. I think that's how you pronounce it. I rinsed out my brush. Look what happened whenever I accidentally touched the blue with that orange. I got a dark green. It's a pretty color. It's kind of an olive green. So let's see if we can take some yellow over here, a little bit of blue, not a lot. And that gets us a really light, bright green. I'm going a little bit more blue. See, I didn't have a green in this brand. Let me add a little bit of water. This is the consistency of acrylic paints. All right, so there's a bright green, and all I'm going to do is look at the angle of my brush. This is flat, and this is the angle. Now I'm going to come down here like that to draw the stem. I use my paintbrush to draw my stem. So now my choice is, do I want to make a leaf or do I want to do like some little grass? So I'm just going to do some grass. Like that. So to get it a little bit, I guess, brighter, I'm going to pull in a little bit of white to that to make it a little bit brighter green. And because I like having that variation in the color. Okay. So now what I want to do, let's play with this. So let me rinse this out. All right. So if we wanted a little bit of a darker green, I could pull in just a smidgen of the blue into my orange and look at that really pretty green it made. I hope the camera is doing that justice because it's a dark olive green. Okay, so now what I can do is go in a different direction. See here, I was going up and down. Now I could go sideways with this dark like this. Just very simple strokes. And then could put a little bit of dark there just to give a little bit of a shadow there. Maybe just a little bit there. What do y'all think? If you wanted to, you could do like this. This could be one of those flowers. I'm trying to think what you call them, where the leaves to them are real grassy. Okay. I love the green too, Sandy. So it was a little bit of, it was orange with just a tiny, tiny tad of blue. And this is kind of a bright blue. I'll take a picture of my canvas with my camera phone on my, camera phone. And I'll put that in the group so you can see the comparison. Okay, so now this is that lavender color. So what I want to do, this is kind of like tone on tone. So this is lavender. The envelope is, but it's a little bit darker than the paint. So now what I want to do is with that same shape, I'm just going to do some little flowers. I'm just barely touching the brush to the paper, barely touching it. And this is that lavender color right here. Okay, so now I need something to make it look similar to a stem or something. So I think I'll go to this green right here. And I added a little bit of water to that to get it going again. And look, I don't know what you call what I'm doing. That. Y'all see that? Very simple. So if you wanted to, you could even take a little bit of green and dab it in the center like that. And that kind of pulls all the colors together. All right. So now what I would like to do is with that other envelope, I was going to show you this brand. Would you rather me show you this brand? Let me just stick with that. I was going to show you the difference in this and acrylic, but it's really not, I don't think there's much difference at all. So now let me show you. All right, I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to put that tube with that one. So now let me show you the Essentials paint, which is I don't remember how much it cost, but it was the cheaper set that I found at Michael's. I think I ordered this set from Amazon, and I've had it for quite a while. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw my flower, just that teardrop shape. And then there's my green. Okay, so now I'm going to use this side, okay? I just thought this might be helpful because I know some of y'all were interested in it. If you're not interested in the gouache, then just look at how to paint the simple flowers. Because this works no matter what paint you're using. This same technique would work with watercolor, would work with acrylics. All right, so did the same thing. Press, pull, and twist. Press. I'm just going to pull it down. All right, then I'm going to turn this one. Press, pull, and twist. Press, twist, press, pull, and twist. Get this one. Press, pull, and twist. Press, pull, and twist. All right, so my opinion already is, I know it's not the exact same color, but it's pretty close. It's creamy, just like the other. I can't really see a great big difference in it. So as far as the way the paint feels. Now we'll do the same thing. We're going to take some white and we'll lighten it up a little bit. This orange is a little bit more on the red side. This orange was more on the yellow side of the spectrum. All right, so I'm just going to touch it real lightly, and I probably put a little bit too much white in there, but I'm just going to pull it down just a little. So, and this paint's working on this darker envelope. So for those of you who do the journals, you know, like the Child of the King and the Butterfly Journal, this would be a fun thing to put on one of your journal pages and put scripture cards inside there. Okay, so far it's looking pretty similar. All right, now I need to get some yellow. Oh, and I didn't. Where's the yellow? I thought I had gotten a yellow out for that brand, but I did not. So this is lemon yellow. It's kind of bright. Is this helping? Is this helpful to see the comparison in the brands? And I'm just using a paper plate for my palette. And this is the kind that is the acrylic type of gouache. There's a watercolor type that's water soluble. I don't have that. I don't have it. I think April has that type. I don't know if April's here with us today or not. She had ordered a set, and it's wet. It's in little pans that has a lid. Okay, can y'all see that? Okay, so now, keeping with that same process, I need to get some of the white, add it to my yellow to lighten it. Like if you wanted to do a bunch of these, it would not take you long at all. If it were me and I wanted to do multiples, I would have them all lined up on the table, and I would do like the first layer on all of them. Then I'd come back, and then I'd do my white accents. Then I would come back, do the, I would do assembly line, and it would not take you long at all to have quite a few of these made up. And you could have them on hand to give as a gift even. I think people love to get handmade gifts. Okay, so now I've got some of the green. This is that kind of yellow green. And what did I do? Oh, I did that stroke where I'm just touching it down to do some grass. All right, and then I want to add some white to that to get a lighter. This is a totally different green. This is more of a bluish green. So the greens are either going to be blue green or yellow green from, that side of the color wheel. This is more blue green. Now I need a darker. So let's see. This is that blue green. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. This is not olive. It's more blue. Okay. So get in there. And I'll put a little bit of a darker right up under there and right there. And let's do some of that grassy stuff. I think this is thicker. I'm having to add more water to this, if that helps you to know. This is that Essential brand, and I'm having to water it down a little bit more. It doesn't move as easy. Okay. I'm a little crazy with the grass. Now I need that, maybe a little bit more white. I don't have this lilac, so I'm going to need to add some white to the purple to try and get that shade. So be thinking about, if you want to do this on envelopes, you could do it on little canvas. Oh, wow, that dried that fast. That dried really fast. It's not completely dry, but I'm having to really work it to get it activated. That's interesting. I need a little bit lighter for that to show up. Okay. And that still is not light enough. How about that? Let's see. There we go. It's not a big difference, but you can see a little bit. Okay, so let's summarize this. So this side here is the Aquella brand of gouache. I don't know how much this costs, so I can see if we can I'll find it on Amazon and put it in our Amazon shop, but I think this is probably a better quality. But for practicing and learning, I really think this cheaper brand would work. The biggest difference that I felt with it is this Essentials brand. It felt thicker, like I needed to thin it down with water. And this brand, I was able to just start using it. And then the Essentials brand, it dried sooner, I think. Like this color here, I never used it. So let's see what we can do with that. So I just had a card. Hang on. Let's try this. I had pre-cut some of these cards. Well, it needs to be darker. Let me cut this off. Well, it's okay. I'm just going to use it like that. All right, hang on. All right, so this time I'm just going to do it without drawing it. Okay, so pressure, pull, twist. Pressure, pull, twist. Pressure, pull, twist. Twist. Whoops. So this color has stayed fresh, damp longer. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little center there, kind of like a cone flower. I love cone flowers. I love to paint them, and I just love them. Okay, so there's a little cone flower shape, just with the simple pull and twist to make the petals. All right, so now I'm going to mix up a little bit more of the green using the orange and that bright blue to get that dark green. And I'm going to make a little stem and some little grass. This can be very relaxing. I really think it can, especially if you give yourself the freedom to just play with it. Just play with it. This is just an envelope, or it's a little piece of scrapbook paper. And if you haven't really ever painted on color paper, I think it's a good practice. We were talking about this the other night in Creative Hearts, that it can feel a little, and I agree with Sherry, it can feel a little bit daunting because you don't want to mess up your canvas. You don't want to mess up what you bought in your kit. You don't want to be wasteful. So what you could do is take some colored paper and practice on that, and that gives you the experience of painting on a color background. I mean, it can really help you. All right, so this was with that pale, let's see what it was called again, pale peach. I need just a little bit more for that petal. And then I'm going to add some white and make some highlights on it. All right, so let me put a little bit right in there. I wished I had a little bit of brown. So let me see if we can get something darker with this red. And let me see if I can get a little bit of this green to get kind of a brown color. Pull in a little bitty bit of that blue. That's getting there. And then I'm really liking the colors that I need. But that's okay because we're making it up as we go, aren't we? Okay, so now what I want to do is put some little shapes right here at the base. You'll see that? All right, so now let me get a little bit of white. And I'm going to take some of that white and add it to that pale peach. So it's the same technique as we were doing. We're making a lighter variation of it. So now what I want to do is very lightly touch and go down. You see, you can barely see it. I will say that this is, I think it feels chalkier than acrylic paint. I think it feels chalkier. I'm just adding some light to the petals. Then we got one more step on this. Okay, you'll see that. Now I'll take it and do a little bit of light right around there. Cute little flower. Hey, Destiny, I'm glad you're here. Now let me get a little bit more green, which for this one, I didn't have any green. So let me see if I can, and I want to do this little stroke. Just make it look like it's in the grass. And y'all, it won't be long and these little flowers will be popping up. Okay, so there's that one. Just using these same, just little simple steps. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put a little piece of cute scrapbook paper behind that. Let's see what I have right here in my box. See, I could do this. All right, let's fix this. All right, this is an example of using what you have. All right, so I need to cut it about right there. Which side do you think it looks better? I like it with that blue. Let's do that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some glue. Well, let's glue that baby down. Okay. And then this could go in my box. And then you could still use this side and put a verse or something on that side. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? This is one of those acrylic pens. Okay. That is still wet. I'm taking a big chance on messing that up. So let me let that dry just a second. Let's see, what do we want to put on here? I think I want something a little bit thinner. I might use this brush pen. Anybody got a verse or something they want me to put across the top? That one's still wet too. How about this? How about that? All right. I think this is dry enough now. Yes. Hey, Patricia. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So what about, let me get my other thing right here. Hang on. Let me get it. Well, the Lord is my righteousness. The Lord is my righteousness. That's our, goodness gracious, I'm making a mess. Okay. Now see that? The Lord is my So because of Jesus, whoops, I have been made right with God. So all I'm doing right here is just going back on the downstroke and adding a thicker, the second line basically. This is love, isn't it? This is love. I was once separated from God, but he loved me so much that he sent his son to become my righteousness. This is love. So these are just simple ways that you can just keep doing your verses. Like our theme this month is love. He loved us first. And the name of God that we're focused on this month is Jehovah Sidkenu, which means he is our righteousness. So these are just simple ways that we can build our lettering skills. We can learn about new mediums. I did 2 different brands of gouache paint. So we're learning about gouache. We're studying the two different brands, all while improving our lettering skills, painting skills, and writing his word on our heart. And y'all, what else? That's just fantastic. Fantastic. Absolutely, Jessica. Be sure and watch the replay. It will be right here for y'all to watch. And you could do this with acrylic paints. You could do it with watercolor. You wouldn't be able to do the watercolor on this darker background, but you could definitely apply this to whatever mediums you have. That's why I love mixed media so much. So just to recap, I took an envelope, I cut it in half, and I put a little bit of glue right down that seam to be able to close it up. I trimmed that edge so it looked close to this side, and then I trimmed the top so it kind of matched that. And now I have a little envelope, and I could use this to go in my journal, or I could use this as a love note to give to someone, or I could also use it for my love letter box to put in here to hold scriptures. These would be fun to keep on hand, to give to other people. So that's what these two were. And so this one is painted with the Aquila brand gouache. And then this one was painted with the Essentials. I think this came from Michael's. It's just a basic set. So I did a brand comparison, and then this one was just a scrap piece of scrapbook paper. And I painted these with just simple, basic shapes and a filbert paintbrush. A filbert paintbrush is my favorite brush. We can do so much with it. It's got that rounded shape. And then I think that's it, ladies. So yeah, I'm glad you're going to watch. Yeah, anybody that came in after we started, be sure and go back and watch the replay and do this along with me and post a picture of yours in the comments. I would love to see it. These would be good little gifts. Don't forget, we have the sweet sale going on in the website. I think it's through Sunday, 20% off the website. There's a few exclusions. The Jingle Mingle kit is not included in that sale, and memberships and subscriptions. We're about to have a price change on Creative Heart Studio. Next Friday will be the last day to join at the low $29 a month price, and then it's going to go back up to $34. And that gives you access to both lettering and mixed media. So this time last year, I had two different memberships. They were totally different, $34 and $27, and I combined them into one with one price. So you get a lot. You get a lot in that. So I want to encourage y'all to go ahead and sign up if you've not done that yet, and go have fun shopping. Yes. Thank you, Jessica, for telling me that. We all have a lot going on, don't we, in our lives? And it's so important to keep reminding ourselves, refilling our brain and our mind and our heart with truth. And God has given us this beautiful gift of creativity, and we can use it as a tool. And so that's what I do. Just finding all kinds of ways we can use this gift as a tool to help our hearts and help our minds. All right. So y'all, I'm going to close out for today. Don't forget, if you are within driving distance and you want to come on the 28th and get some help, I'm doing a basic lettering and scripture journaling class here on site from 9 until 11 on the 28th. It's a Friday, and we've got the tickets for that on our website. I hope y'all have a fantastic day. Don't forget, tell somebody today that God loves them, because I'm telling you, God loves you, and He loved you first. He did. He did. All right. Y'all go have a good weekend. I'll see y'all soon.